Good evening and welcome to the Radical SR8 Championship. Round 8 takes us to Road Atlanta in the USA. I am Tom Cairns in the commentary position. Alongside me is Jim Cunningham. He'll be with me for the next hour and a half to take us through the action around this notorious yet exciting course. We've got 3 races lined up for you. The first 2 being 15 minutes each and the last one 20 minutes where the bigger chunk of points get given out. Before we look at what is happening on the circuit in terms of qualifying with less than 5 minutes remaining, let's have a look at the latest championship scores. We begin with the pros, and it's John Hutchison who leads the way by 17 points over second place Eric Harmon, who won last week at Mount Panorama. Then we've got 2 drivers tied with 227 points apiece, Luke Maxwell and Jack Veazey, who also got a victory last time out. Then it's Matthew Richardson in 5th place on 217, and Luke Chinison in 6th on 185. And we've got Towers Fosberg, Paul Crabb, Jamie Bird, Paul LeMay, Mike Booston, who finally won his first race of the season in the last race of last week in Mount Panorama. And it's Daniel Beauchamp and Josh Reed, who hasn't raced since the beginning of the season. In the AMS, Mena de Graaf is at the top by 12 points over second place Eric Colleen. Then it's Gert-Jan Polman in 3rd. A further point back, and we go to David Rollison, who excelled last week in Australia. Let's hope he can continue that run of form this evening. Stefan Millis, the reigning champion, in 5th place, tied with Michael Cho on 81 points. It's Steve Webb in 7th on 79. Then we've got Darren Nunn, Mike Mann, Richard Williams, Ben Gregory, Mikael Lecco, and Mike Walters, who has still yet to get off the mark so far. And in terms of the calendar, we are coming towards the end of the season. Not long to go now. And we've been to Alton Park, we've been to Zolder, then we've been to Sonoma, Road America, North Schleifer, Interlagos, Mount Panorama. Tonight is Road Atlanta, and we remain in the US in Sebring. And then on the first Monday of 2026, we'll be testing at the historic configuration of Monza to wrap up the season where the championships are expected to be decided at. Let's bring Jim into the booth and get a word from him on what he thinks tonight is going to be. Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. Good to be here with you again. One of our favorite broadcasts of the week every week. We love our SR8 radicals. Yeah, man, Road Atlanta. We were talking about this briefly before we went on air. I think that this is going to turn out to be an action-packed race. I really do. I think this place is one of those kind of tracks that lends itself to quality racing almost no matter what cars you put on it. And I think that's going to hold true tonight as well.
I should think so as well. And we've just seen Jack Veazey go over the line. He's set the fastest time so far. Luke Chinnison's just leapt up into 5th position with his latest lap. Mike Bousson, who, as I've already mentioned, picked up his first win since he became champion last season. And let's see if he can build on that tonight. And of course, there's the race for honours in the AMS. Mena de Graaf ahead of Eric Colleen. David Rollison's just gone up into 3rd position in the AMS with his latest lap time, sitting in P12. And it does say there are 17 drivers on the board, but the timing page shows that Federici, Riesdijk and Steve Webb have yet to post times in this session. I don't know. They've got time to do so now. But Federici Riesdijk is a newcomer to the action, so best of luck to him. And if he's brought any fans over to tune in, we do hope you enjoy the action. The Radical SR8 Championship does not disappoint, and I doubt that it will do so this evening. There we see John Hutchison in that purple and grey, or silver rather, livery on his machine. He's just gone up slightly up into P7. Now it's been pushed down by Paul LeMay, and Matthew Richardson have just posted that time, so it looks like the track is picking up, Jim.
Yeah, of course, we're right here at the end. There's not really any time for really anybody to complete a lap from here on. John McCutcheon in 9th place overall, last in the qualifying pros. I wonder what happened there. That's, a bit newsworthy, I would say.
Well, let's see if he can make up for that in the race. He won't have time to complete another lap. Just let's see who else is out on circuit, because I can imagine they'll want to get over the line before the 10-minute mark eclipses. Once it does eclipse, then the session automatically transitions from qualifying to the race. Luke Maxwell is doing his utmost to get over the line in time, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so here.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
And so qualifying reaches its conclusion, and it's Jack Veazey who gets the first point of the evening. Can he convert that into victory, which would be his third of the season? Let's have a rundown on the grid for race number 1. Jack Veazey on pole position with Luke Maxwell alongside. It's Eric Harman and Matthew Richardson on the second row. Luke Chinnison and Paul LeMay next to each other on row 3. And we've got Mike Bousson and Taras Vosberg on the fourth row, with John Hodgson and Dave Rolliston running up the top. Sam Rolliston is the highest of the AMs. Eric Colleen and Mena de Graaf are on row 6, followed by Jürgen Pohlmann and Michael Cho. Darrenon and Stefan Mellis on the 8th row, with Mike Mann, the last row to post a lap time. Federico Reisdijk and Steve Webb didn't post lap times in qualifying. Let's see if they can make up for it in the race.
Yeah, they're actually taking their time getting to the grid today. I always found it weird that you have to start around the curve at some racetracks. Seems like that would be a big disadvantage.
Well, there is Jack Veazey, waiting patiently on pole position. I'm just waiting for Mike Bousson, John Hutchinson, and Federico Reisdijk to make their way onto the grid. I don't know if Reisdijk will actually make the grid, to be honest with you, because we hardly saw him out on the circuit in that qualifying session. But we'll see whether he actually even starts from the pit lane.
We're waiting. I guess we're just waiting him up. I think that's going to be it, except for Reisdijk. We'll see if he's going to come out or not.
He's not. The lights are coming on, and it's Veazey who'll be looking to head the field into turn 1. Lights are on. Lights off. It's go at Road Atlanta. A good getaway from the front two. And it looks like Harry Hartman's got off reasonably well as well. Matthew Richardson, likewise. Paul LeMay and Taras Vosberg have made it places. Luke Chinnison is the one that's made an absolutely torrid start. So he is down the order behind John Hutchinson in 9th. And you can see the field making the way through the S section now. So it's Veazey leads, Maxwell second. It's Harman, Richardson, LeMay, Vosberg, Bousson, Chinnison and Hutchinson in the top 9. Eric Colleen is ahead in the AMs. It looks like David Rolliston has gone down the order, Jim.
Yeah, Steve Webb had an incident as well. Let's see. We'll have to go back and check on that.
Rolliston's got damage, so he'll be off into the pit lane at the end of the side, and it looks like he's retired already as Rolliston, so that's race over effectively for him. And the field are continuing to make their way through the likes of turns 6 and 7, and then there's the kinks of turns 8 and 9, and I think this is 10A and 10B, isn't it?
It is,
Jim,
yeah.
that they're going through.
Creative American naming there.
And Maxwell on the gearbox of Veazey. Not able to make the move just yet. But Veazey will hold on for now, aiming for win number 3 this season. Maxwell has that winning feeling as well, winning on multiple occasions, 3 to his name. And they're riding by with Taras Vosberg, who's got Paul LeMay right in front. This is the battle for 5th place beginning the second lap. I think Vosberg will be gunning to make sure he at least comes away with a win at some point this season. 9 drivers have stood on the top step this season. Vosberg and Chinnison are 2 of those who have yet to do so.
Yeah, and we got Bousson is right behind Vosberg and Paul LeMay here. This is a good little run up here through 5 there and into 6 and 7.
And there we see Vosberg in front of Bousson. You can see that they're riding the bumps on the exit of the S's, which we have seen historically that it can catch drivers out. Vosberg getting on the job here and going for it on Paul LeMay on the back straight towards turn 10A. Will he go to the inside? I would imagine he will do so. LeMay hasn't gone for it yet. LeMay goes defensive. And Vosberg isn't able to make his way through yet, but needs to watch for Bousson, who is also on his gearbox. He's not able to make the move just yet.
I tell you what, Paul LeMay put his car in the perfect spot there, not to be pressured right there. He did not leave Vosberg a chance to really get on the side of him. Let's see. I'm going to jump back here and see what happened to Steve Webb earlier real quick. Well, we got a second.
This is on the opening lap. This is over at turn 1 for Steve Webb. I think this may be contact with David Rolliston. As David Rolliston was without his bonnet, Oh, no.
No,
No, it wasn't. That's Mender de Graaf, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Steve Webb took damage from Mender de Graaf's spin.
He sure did. This is what happened to Rolliston here.
Nice. Coming towards the end of the S's. Oh, it's a big whack into the barrier.
His nose was already missing there, though.
It was.
I gotta get off that camera.
Oh, he got tipped into the barrier.
He did, yeah.
Was that Gert-Jan Polman? And another driver spun off the circuit whilst we were watching it.
Yeah.
It was Darren Nunn.
Yeah, let's change the angle on this and see what we can see. Was it Darren Nunn? Oh,
Yeah, further on in the S's, Darren Nunn went for a spin.
all right, let's see. All right, one more time. So, yeah, that's the Minnow de Graaf episode right there. And Rolliston should be right here.
That's Gert-Jan Polman.
Yep, and
Running
then,
to it.
was that Steve Webb that took a ride right there? I think
No, that was Darren Nunn.
Oh,
Steve
it was
Webb
Nunn,
is
okay.
the one going through with the bonnet missing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, let's get back here. We got some action going on right here with Busan and LeMay.
Yeah, and Vosberg's retires in the pit lane.
Oh, my goodness.
James Vosberg already in the pits, and Busan goes past Paul LeMay for position. That's for 5th place. Now he can go after the leaders who are gunning for.
Something's going
Decent
on with
points.
McCutcheon today. I wonder if he's sick or something. Something. I don't. I can't imagine he's still back here in 10th place like this. Not at this track, especially. All right, let's see what happens.
Change for the lead. Sorry, Jim. Change for the lead. Luke Maxwell has got by Jack Veazey at turn 10A, and he's through at last there. And Veazey, well, he'll just have to remain in touch in the case of another opportunity later on in this race. So Maxwell into the lead at the end of lap number 4, and you can see that Veazey and Harmon are waiting to pounce, as is Matthew Richardson, who's having the best race for a while, at least.
Yeah,
Can he?
He's due to win again soon. I mean, just got to find the right track for him, I think.
There are other leaders coming through the S's. Nose to tail, it's very close, actually. Involved in the top 6. Eric Colleen is the leader in the AMS. David Rolliston's got back out on circuit, albeit he's a long way down the order. I think he's down a lap now on the leaders, unless he's so far back. But either way, the leaders are coming out of the turn 6 and 7 part of the circuit, and you can just see all in the picture in the background there.
So I was reading something, I believe that's from Vosberg in the chat. He says that T5 is undrivable. I'm assuming he's talking about turn 5. Oh, looks like
That's the S's.
Turn 5 is the big one that you got to take all the curb on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see here real quick. Darren Nunn, and then we're going to go back and take a look at that change for the lead right after this. See what happened to Nunn here. Wow. Yeah, well, that's a classic Road Atlanta right there, if there ever was one. All right, this was the no, that's not what I wanted.
Maxwell is still leading, so that you know.
Yeah,
and a VC and Harmon.
This was the pass that Maxwell put on for the lead change right here.
At turn 10-8, through goes Maxwell.
Nicely
ahead of
done.
VC.
That's
it's
how you
done.
do it.
You can just see line of start, the top 6. And John Hodgson, you are right, Jimmy. He's not exactly at his A game this evening so far, is he?
His best lap right now is almost 3/4 of a second slower than the guys above him, and that's just not John McCutcheon style at all. There's clearly something going on. Either he's having some kind of equipment issue, or not feeling well. Something.
Well, at least I'm not the only one that has been feeling well in the last week.
So Veazey just slipped back by again?
Yeah, he's gone through again as Veazey on Maxwell for the lead. So Jack Veazey is through into the lead ahead of Luke Maxwell. And Eric Harmon, well, he's just happy to sit back for the time being, allow these two to jostle.
Yeah, speaking of jostling, look at this foursome right here, would you?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to take a mistake, isn't it? You could just see the curve there. You just see Richardson running wide on the exit of turn number 5. And that was good enough for Buson to head on through. What about LeMay? Is he going to the outside? He attempted to, but it just wasn't going to work. So he decides to just sit back and wait for another opportunity to arrive.
All right, one more time. I'll eventually get these live on camera. This is VC going back by Maxwell here. Return the favor at 10A. Yeah, that is the premier passing zone at this track, obviously. Speaking of 10A, here we are again. Well, I'll tell you what, the laps rip off pretty fast here, don't they?
They do, but we are only just under 9 minutes into this one. We'll be in a shorter course. There'll be more laps for these drivers to do.
This battle right here, man, these 4 guys are all within a second probably. The whole lot of them.
And through the S's they come. No dramas yet involving these. And the further 6 seconds back is Eric Colleen, who has got Luke Chinson on his tail. And John Hudson the further second back. There is Eric Colleen, who is holding Chinson up.
And every time I see these 2 cars together on track, I can't help but flash back to, 80s Formula One racing, man. These 2 liveries together on track get me every time.
And Chinson want to get on with the job and go past Eric Colleen. As Mike Buson with Eric Harmon.
He's
down to
Buson's going to send it right here.
Here he goes.
Nice
Buson
move.
passes Harmon for 3rd place. I think Buson.
Harmon didn't even try to contest that too much, I don't think, because he certainly didn't try to outbrake him there.
The top 5 finishes in this race will be reversed for the second event, which will happen very quickly after.
That being said, Harmon just slid back into the front row if he stays there. So maybe that wasn't the worst move in the world, right?
And Chinson passes Colleen 4 position. What about Hutchinson? Is he going to go through as well? He is. So that's him through past Colleen for 8th position. Colleen didn't fight that. He's in a fight against those in the AMS. And
he's got a huge lead, too.
Yeah, he's got a big gap back to Gert-Jan Polman. So he can have a safe run to the checker flag here, Eric Colleen. He'll close down the points battle between himself and Mena de Graaf. The way things are going as we speak. And we're looking at the battle now for 2nd place in the AMS. That's Gert-Jan Polman holding up Mena de Graaf, Stefan Mellis and Michael Cho, with Mike Mann waiting in the picture.
Yeah, a very nice battle here, too.
Down the back straight they come. And there goes Mena de Graaf passing Gert-Jan Polman. Also, Polman's just happy to let de Graaf go here, which I'm a little surprised about. I don't know whether Polman's got some form of issue here, because now he's let Mellis go through at the same time.
Yeah, that's...
Well, there goes Mellis. Mellis on de Graaf.
Ooh, come on now.
He thought he got there, did Mellis, but de Graaf's line was just too sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange there from Polman. He just seemed to all of a sudden be just slightly off the pace, didn't he?
Well, we'll see. At the moment, you can just see they're going through this. That's Michael Chick passing Polman. Yeah, Polman must have some form of issue because something's not right with that car. No. Just have a look on his steering wheel, Jim. That might tell us something as to why he maybe not be going as quick as he should be.
Straight as an arrow.
No, the setups are fixed for each of these cars. So there's not like a car that has is running more wing than another car. I think it's just the fact that Polman's struggling.
I don't know. He seemed to be up to pace, and then all of a sudden he just kind of seemed to be just off. I don't know. As Mike Mann now makes a move around him.
He does, and he's through. And the leaders are going to be heading over the line shortly to begin their penultimate lap. Well, they've already begun their penultimate lap, I should say. VZ ahead of Maxwell in the fight for the first win of this evening. VZ twice a race winner in season number
6.
6, yeah, thank you for that. My numbers were going there for a moment. Season 6 VZ twice a winner this season. Maxwell 3 times a race winner. And Richardson's tasted victory on 2 occasions. Mike Buson tastes victory only once. Mistake there from Maxwell at turn 7. Oh, I thought Buson was going to head on through there, but I think he's done the right thing to hold back, because now he's got the toe, which will have all the way down this back straight towards turn 10A, which you can send one up the inside, just as what Maxwell and VZ were doing to each other earlier on in the race. Buson up the inside of Maxwell into turn 10A. Does he go through into second place on the curb?
Nope.
But Maxwell just about holds on there. So Maxwell holds on to second place ahead of Mike Buson. And Eric Harmon's getting involved in this now, the home hero.
Yeah, that was clean by Buson right there. He did not squeeze Maxwell at all. He gave him plenty of room, and in doing so, that allowed Maxwell to hold on to that position. And it actually put Buson in harm's way from Harmon here at this point because of that. But that was some good clean racing from Buson right there.
All this battling is allowing VZ to shoot further up the road. This is the last lap. The white flag has been shown to the drivers, so they are now in a straight fight to see who will finish in second place, and it will also determine who will be on reverse grid pole for race number 2 at Road Atlanta. Richardson right behind Eric Harmon for 4th position, but he won't want to throw 5th place away, because if he does, he'll start 6th place on the grid instead of reverse grid pole.
Yeah,
but Jack VZ is very close to the end, Jim.
Yeah, no, he's right there. He's got his own little zip code up there apparently, but we have got second place through 6th right here. All anybody makes just a slight mistake, and it's going to all come to an end for him here. Let's watch him through this
Jack VZ has driven
VZ.
wonderful again, and he's about to head over the line to take the first win of the night here at Road Atlanta. Jack VZ wins for the 3rd time this season ahead of Luke Maxwell. Mike Buson on the podium again. Great work from him.
Good.
And then we've got Eric Harmon and Matthew Richardson in 4th and 5th, who will be on the front row for race number 2. And then we've got a drag race line actually between John Hutchinson and Luke Tunison. Eric Colleen, the winner in the AMS.
Yeah, good clean win for him, man. Fantastic win. Let's see, where's Mellis? There's Mike Mann.
Men of the Golf and Stefan Mellis round out the AM podium. And then we've got the likes of Michael Cho, Mike Mann, Gert-Jan Polman did make it to the end in 14th. Ahead of Darren Nunn and Steve Webb, who were waiting to see over the line. Darren Rolston finished a lap down in 17th place. And that is not enough for him to get a championship point, even with that, unfortunately. So he'll have to hope for better luck in race number 2 from where he starts. Let's have a rundown on the result of the first race. Jack VZ comes out on top by a second over Luke Maxwell. And in 3rd place was Mike Buson. It's Eric Hartman in 4th place. Matthew Richardson 5th, and on reverse grid pole. And it's Paul LeMay and so John Hudson, Luke Chinison in 7th and 8th. And it's Eric Colleen who wins out in the AMS ahead of Mena de Graaf and Stefan Mellis. Michael Cho, Mike Mann, Gert-Jan Polman, Darren Nunn, Steve Webb, and David Rolliston made it to the end, unlike Taras Fosberg and Frederiki Reisteig.
Well,
looking at the grid, looking at the grid for race number 2, Matthew Richardson on reverse grid pole, and it's Eric Harmon in 2nd. Mike Buson, Luke Maxwell on row 2. Jack VZ and Paul LeMay on the 3rd row. Had a John Hutchinson and Luke Tunison. Eric Colleen and Mena de Graaf out the top 10. Then it's Stefan Mellis and Michael Cho. Mike Mann and Gert-Jan Polman on row number 7. It's Darren Nunn and Steve Webb on row 8. David Rolliston and Taras Vosberg on the 9th row, and I doubt that we're going to see Frederiki Reisteig make it to the grid this time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. You did a good job getting through that. By the way, Tom's been sick all week, so.
Lights are on. Lights off, it's going for race number 2. Matthew Richardson gets off poorly this time. It's Eric Harmon who's got his nose in front and the outside line for turn number 1. Mike Buson thinking about a move through the door there, but there's just no way through. So Eric Harmon will have the high ground through the S's, and he's going to lead ahead of Matthew Richardson. It's Mike Buson 3rd, who is looking to capitalise on a brilliant start to the night. And Jack VZ's moved up a position to 4th place. John Hudson up 2 places to 5th, with Luke Maxwell down to 6th position. Not a good start for him. And now he's got a lot of work to do here. Is to come away and close down the championship gap on championship leader John Hudson.
I have no idea what happened to LeMay there, but man, he dropped 10 spots at the start. He's made back up one of them or two of them, I think. But Oh my gosh, what a horrible start for him.
There's Buson on a charge, going through on Richardson on the back straight. He'll get the toe off Eric Harmon's car ahead before they get to turn 10A. And will he be able to hold on here? I think he's got his nose in front. I don't think Richardson will have anything to respond to that. So Buson is through into second place. A remarkable, remarkable recovery here. What's been a torrid season for Mike Buson. Hoping to end his campaign on a high in the last few rounds of the season. And we look at Tunison and Colleen, not for the first time tonight, going toe-to-toe. And this is for
LeMay's off track.
Circuit.
Oh, man, LeMay is having a horrible run this time.
Through the S's they come for the second time in this race. I have to say, for David Rollison, he's made a sweet start to this one. Paul LeMay now has a slowdown to his name, which will further compound his misery. Michael Cho has not continued on. He is back in pit lane. Unfortunately, don't know exactly what happened to him.
I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Stefan Mellis had this little incident, it looks like. Let's see. I wonder if this possibly was involving Choti as well.
I think Michael Choate had already gone by this point.
Oh, okay.
And that was a spin for Stefan Mellis.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see.
Matt Hudson behind VZ.
This is Choate right here real quick. We'll go back live.
He got caught behind. I think that was Mike Mann, who he tangled with. And there was further drama at the back involving Towers
Vosberg.
And Nunn.
Yep, Nunn and Vosberg got into it right there as well. Yeah, there's Nunn going backwards. Vosberg, got around him without hitting him. Good job, actually. That was literally right in front of him. All right, let's go back up here to the front, see where we're at.
Eric Harmon leads the way ahead of Mike Buson, Matthew Richardson, John Veazey, John Hutchison, and Luke Maxwell. I think Chinson's got himself involved in this now. And he'll be on the tail between now and the end of this.
I'll tell you what, that shot we just had right there, that's arguably one of the great classic shots, camera angles of all of motor racing. Watching cars come down that S at road to the S's at Road Atlanta. That's a fantastic shot.
Down the back straight they come again for the third time. Veazey is on the tail.
He's going to make a move here, I think.
Too far back, I think, this time around is Veazey. Yeah, he's too far back to do it.
Yeah, I guess he is.
I have to say, Mike Buson, I don't know where he's been able to find that form again.
He found it, didn't he?
Yeah. Doing remarkably well again this evening.
I mean, he's flying right now. I mean, he probably loves this track too, obviously. You know, he's been around a while. But I just, all of a sudden, man, it just like all turned around for him again.
I rhetorically made up the question at the end of last week whether that was a fluke for Buson because of the fact that he got that reverse grid pole, which helped him win.
It did, yes.
Or whether it was going to be a sign of things to come for the rest of the season, and I'm glad it's the latter.
I mean, Buson is definitely a guy that makes the whole thing more interesting. You know, he's fast, he's a good racer, but you know, he's quite a character as well. So having him, you know, involved in the whole thing is great. His interviews are always just, you know, funny, and he's just a great personality. It's good to see him back up here.
Absolutely so. And fights at the front as to where he belongs. And now he's got Eric Harmon in his sights. Will he go for the lead at some point? Mike Buson, Matthew Richardson is just as close as well. So Buson will just need to watch his mirrors as much as he's looking at the mirrors of Eric Harmon ahead. He'll be determined to pick up another win and close down that margin over John Hudson, who isn't exactly having the best of evenings again, it has to be said. The Scot, who will be hoping he can end his season in the best way possible, but it's by no means going to be a repeat of what happened a couple of seasons ago, where he ended up in double figures in regards to race wins. That won't be happening this season. It will be an absolutely competitive run to take the title in at Monza. in
Well,
a couple of
to
weeks'
be
time.
fair to McCutcheon, we have added a lot of heat to this league since then. There's been a lot of fast drivers come join this league in the past couple of seasons. This league has really spiced up, and it's great action, pros and AMs in this league now. Speaking of AMs, let's pop back here. This is your AM leader again. Eric Colleen won the first race, off to another 3+ second lead in this one. Well, I'll tell you what, he's also found some speed recently, you know?
This is basically turning into a race where he's leading a race in a race that's not his.
Yes.
Because he's got the pros right in front of him.
I know, right? He does. But all of a sudden, whoa.
Spin! Maxwell at the S's. He's been tipped round. I wonder if that was Luke Tunison who ran into him. But Maxwell's gone down the order.
Yeah, now he's going to get a slowdown also because of the way he cut through the track there.
Oh no! Between Tunison and Richardson. Colleen had to take evaded action.
What's going on here?
Evasive action, I should say. Yeah, that's terrible. That's 2 collisions that Tunison's been in the space of a few corners.
Look at this, would you? Easy making a move on Busan. He didn't get it done, though.
No, he didn't.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let's go back and see what happened there. Let's see where we're at. Make sure everything's settled in. Okay. So let's go back. So it was first
Maxwell and Tunison.
Well, this is Maxwell going off track, so I don't know. I don't think he got hit there. Let's do this. Where's Tunison?
Yeah, we need to know from another angle.
Yeah. Let me go back here, and then we'll try to jump on board with Tunison. No, too slow for that. All right, hold on.
No, I don't think Tunison actually got involved in that one, so I do.
Yeah, I don't think
take
so.
my word back for that. I think it was more on Richardson and Maxwell, but this is Tunison. You can't really blame Tunison on that. That's a racing incident.
Oh, was that Richardson that got him? Maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was Richardson and Maxwell.
Yeah.
And further on, it was just side-by-side action between Richardson and Tunison.
Yeah, let's go back here real quick. All right, so, and then it's not showing me.
Yeah, it's a racing incident, that one, Jim.
Did they touch, though?
Yeah, they did.
For sure.
They definitely touched, yeah.
Okay.
I saw it from Richardson's angle. Tunison's angle.
Oh, okay. Oh, when we were on board with, let's do this.
Tunison.
So one more time, and then I'm going to be done with this one.
Yeah, there's definitely contact there, Jim.
Whew.
Between.
Colleen did a good job to avoid that one, too, right in front of you.
Didn't he just?
All right.
But now Colleen's in a battle with Mena de Graaf.
Oh, it sure is. That slowing up to avoid that incident sure has cost him there, because he now has Mena de Graaf less than a second behind him. Half a second, really.
And go back to the top 4. Harmon leads. Boosts on second. It's Feasy and Hudson in third and fourth.
Well, McCutcheon seems to have found a little bit again. That first race, I just have no idea. But, you know, he started 7th in this one. And he's up 3 spots.
He's making the most of everyone else's mistakes so far. Is Hudson? It feels like a damage limitation evening for him. And now he's happy to just sit back, as is Mike Booston with Eric Harmon. He knows that the time to pass him is probably not the best time yet. But we are now into the last 5 minutes of this second race. 4 laps remaining at Road Atlanta. We've got one more race to come. The top 10 finishes of this will determine the grid for race 3 in the reverse order. Steve Webb is sitting in 10th place right now, looking good for another reverse grid pole.
Yeah, he is, actually. He's in a perfect spot right now.
Matthew Richardson will be on the front row next to him. You could just see Tunison running wide there. He might get slowed down, does he?
No, that's
No, he
it'll
doesn't.
allow you that wide on turn 5 there. But I tell you what, you just got to be careful though. It's so rough over there, and these cars are again so light. They get tossed around by these big curbs, and that's a spot where it can quickly get away from you.
There's Maxwell into the slipstream of Tunison, wanting to be heading on through and go after the top 4, which I don't think is going to have enough time to catch up to them. To the outside of Tunison goes Luke Maxwell. Needs to be later on the brakes here. Does Maxwell needs to pull this one off? It's not quite in front of him yet, but he'll have the inside line for the last corner and for turn 1. Maxwell
he's gonna
heads
get it
on
done.
through. Yeah, he should be able to do it here. He's got the inside line and he should have the high ground into the S's. But Tunison's still got his nose at the outside there. He runs in a little too deep, and reluctantly he has to let Maxwell through.
I tell you what, that was a good defense by Tunison there on Maxwell, who obviously made a really clean, nice pass there. Let's see if he can catch these boys in front. I don't know. That's a big gap, though.
Well, you never know involving these, because we have seen from time to time that the leaders can come to blows. So never say
well,
never in the Vertical F8 Championship.
if they start battling each other, for sure, he can close that gap up pretty quick.
And VZ's the closest to Busan than any others are to each other. VZ to the outside, or you could just see Busan.
Oh, Busan moved on him there, and then moved
yeah.
back. Oh, now, come on now.
I was thinking about it on Harmon into turn 10A. Through goes Busan into the lead. Great pass.
That was
from Mike
amazing.
Busan into the lead past Eric Harmon. That was sensational stuff.
Absolutely
with 2 laps to go now, and Busan, all he needs to do is make no mistakes from here. What about VZ on Harmon for second?
What about McCutcheon on VZ? Wow. Man, I tell you what, I'm thinking Busan was blocking the whole time. He wasn't worried about blocking. He was worried about passing for the lead.
Which could have ended disastrously if he moved across a fraction of a second later. That could have been a much different story.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Harmon coming back, though.
Yeah, that was. I'm still like, I really thought he was blocking there. I did not think he was fixing to launch a move for the lead. That was fantastic.
Onto the back straight, they come for the penultimate time. Busan doing brilliantly in this second race to carry on the form in the first one. He will start from 10th position as it stands, but this will be an opportunity for him to make amends after a difficult start to the season, winning last week in Mount Panorama. He's got a golden opportunity to make it 2 in the last 3 races. White flag is about to be waved, Jim.
And there it is. White flag is out.
Steve Webb on for an AM podium and on reverse grip pole as it stands. Eric Killeen just holding on ahead of Menegod, but it's so close between those two, just as it is for the pro lead.
Yes. And I was looking back here. Yeah, this little battle back here has tightened right up too.
I think Killeen will hold on here, providing he doesn't make any more mistakes.
Yeah, I do too. And what a run he's having tonight. Even if he ends up finishing second in this one somehow, he's had a phenomenal run so far.
Tunison's off, Jim. Tunison has had an off at the S's.
Well, he sure has. Oh.
Yeah, oh dear.
Yeah, no, that's at the start of the back straight there. That's
And that promotes David Rolliston to 10th position and on reverse grip pole.
Yeah, I know,
Bad
right?
mistake there from Luke Tunison. But here we are. That is Busan, who needs to go defensive here with Eric Harmon. VZ and Hutchinson waiting in case these two come to blows. They don't do so, and Busan brilliantly holds on, and that determines it. Mike Busan leads a photo finish to take his second win of the season, his first at Road Atlanta. What a drive from Mike Busan to take the win. Eric Harmon second ahead of Jack VZ and John Hutchinson. And it's Luke Maxwell fifth. Menedegov got by Eric Killeen on the last lap to take the AM win. A very important one in their battle for the AM cycle.
Right.
Matthew Richardson 8th, Steve Webb 9th, and David Rollison will be alongside him on reverse grip pole for race number 3.
All right, let's go real quick, see if I can catch it before this ends. Oh, a little body checking and everything. Look at that.
It's almost like Colleen was a sitting duck on that back straight.
It really was, wasn't it? Now I got, ow. If anything, I wish the software would change is that right there. I would love to be able to watch replays during the warm-up session. Well, that was exciting. Let's get the results here.
Race number 2 concludes with Mike Bousson taking the win ahead of Eric Harmon in second place. Jack Vesey third ahead of John Hutchison. There's Luke Maxwell in fifth place. Menard Garth in sixth. Eric Colleen seventh. Matthew Richardson eighth. Steve Webb ninth. And David Rollison in 7th position and on reverse grid pole. Gerjan Polman in 11th place, followed by Taras Vosberg, Mike Mann, Stefan Melis, Darren Hunt, Paula May, and Luke Tunison all made it to the end. Michael Cho and Federici Reisdick, who didn't actually take the start again.
So I'm looking at the chat, and Gerjan Polman, he said he had no idea what happened to him in that last, I guess it was in the first race, where he just lost all his top speed a couple of laps from the end, which is exactly what we saw. Just all of a sudden, he was off the pace, you know. Very strange. Vosberg said he had 4 cones stuck inside his car. Maybe that's what it was. That's funny.
Pretty much reminiscent to that British touring car race at Croft this year, where a car picked up a traffic cone, and you know the front radiator where the front bumper is.
Yeah.
It got caught underneath, or caught like inside the sort of radiator part, where the front bumper is.
Did it block off his radiator cooling, or?
I don't know. It got to the end either way.
Oh, okay. Well, so it didn't tear it up. So we got a couple of cars out on track right now, just a few. As the drivers take a couple of minute break here. I tell you what, man, we've this place hadn't disappointed tonight, has it? We've had good action in both races so far. Fantastic action in that. We had a couple of good battles going on there. You had a end up crazy pass for the lead in the AMs on the last lap.
And there's a whole lot more to come.
All right, so let's see. Somebody I probably should know who Eddie Schroeder is, huh? I remember him because we talked about him sounding like a guitar player. I remember that name. He said that was uncalled for by DeGraff. Yeah, that was uncalled for, huh? That was pretty funny. That was a good last lap pass, though.
It was.
Sure, Colleen probably feels differently, but again, what a night Colleen's had, first and second, in the first 2 races.
Yeah, hoping to keep that up, but it'll be a different race compared to race number 1 and 2, with the top 10 finishes of race 2 being reversed. So it's going to be rather different. 20 minutes it'll be, 5 minutes longer than the first 2. And there are more points up for grabs. 25 for the win, 20 for second. It's a point difference for each position downwards from that. David Rollison, who's not had the best of evenings so far, has a chance to make up for it. He won 2 of the AM races last week at Mount Panorama. He could do with another one here to keep some hopes of the championship alive heading into the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting stuff as far as the championship goes this year. Like, initially it looked like there wasn't going to be a huge fight in the pro category, and as we have looked at the points earlier when we pulled them up, the pros have kind of tightened right back up again. As we got a little bit of time here. Now you've only got a 20-point gap basically, 17 points between Harmon and McCutcheon, but then you've got Maxwell and Vesey right there. This has turned into a nice little 4-way battle, and with the night McCutcheon's having, that's certainly not helping his cause any at this point.
I think I can say that Bousson's out of championship contention, even if he was to come away with the maximum in the last few rounds. It won't be enough for him to be crowned champion, but nevertheless, he can end his season strongly and pick up as many victories as possible. I would probably say, most realistically, you are looking at the top 5 genuinely in championship contention.
Yeah.
Everyone else is very much out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think anything past the top 5 at this point. As practice is wrapping, our warm-up is wrapping up here. Get us a grid here shortly for this last race. This is going to be fun. 10 guys back with the ability to come through this field. That's going to be entertaining.
Dave Rollison on reverse grid pole then. And it's Steve Webb alongside Matthew Richardson and Eric Colleen on the second row. Then we've got Minna DeGraaf and Luke Maxwell on the third row, followed by John Hodgson and Jack Vesey. Eric Harmon and race 2 winner Mike Buson rounding out the top 10. Gerjan Polman and Taras Vosberg are on the 6th row of the grid. And then we have Mike Mann and Stefan Mellis, Darren Nunn, Paul LeMay, Luke Tunison, Michael Cho and Federiki Riesdijk round out the field. We don't expect Riesdijk to be making the start. But now the lights are coming on and we are good to go. 1 light is on, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Lights are on. Lights off going very, very quickly. And David Roslin getting onto a super start, as does Matthew Richardson getting through ahead of Steve Webb. By the time they get to turn number 1, Steve Webb to the outside. He'll kindly allow Richardson to go through ahead. And Eric Colleen is getting his nose ahead of Webb by the time they get to the S's, it seemed. But Webb has fought back. So it's Rollison leads the way ahead of Richardson. It's Webb in 3rd, Colleen 4th, Maxwell in 5th place. It's DeGraaf, Harmon, Buson, Vosberg and Pullman, your top 10. It looks like John Hodgson has had an absolute shocker, Jim.
Oh my gosh. Down 10 spots. What in the world? He got an off track. We'll see. We'll take a look at that. He's got to pick up a slowdown too. He must have been run off track there. We'll go back and look at that in a minute.
The field coming out of turn 7. It's Rollison who's got Richardson on his tail. We expect Richardson to take over leadership very, very shortly here. I don't see Rollison fighting this one too much. Of course, it'll be a longer race for these than in the first couple. And Richardson's going to go on by here for the lead, Jim. I think this was coming all along. I think from the moment he got his nose up to the gearbox like a magnet of Rollison, it was always going to happen. There he goes through.
Yeah, well, Rollison was smart. No need to fight that. That's not his battle. He's not going to, more than likely, he's not going to outright win this race with all these pros in it. But he can sure maintain that gap over Webb and the guys behind him and open that up.
Yeah, Maxwell heading through. Colleen at turn 1. Maxwell through by the looks of it, unless Colleen had fought back. Colleen was able to fly back, so great job there from Eric Colleen. But now Maxwell, if he's going to come away with a positive result in his 3rd race to keep himself in the hunt. Stefan Mellis has gone round. Mike Mann did towards the end of the first lap, so he's gone no further. And you can see that the field are going through the S's again. And Luke Maxwell is not able to make his way through. We'll get the time in tow up for you very, very shortly as we look at Taras Vosberg, who's had an evening to forget. Harrison, Mike Buson.
Yeah, all right, let's see. We're settled out here a little bit. Let's go back up here with these guys. And let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened to McCutcheon. I'm guessing that he must have gotten, no, he just got
wide on the curb.
He got out there, yeah. I mean, he did good. He lifted and didn't wreck the car once he got in the grass. That's a smart move. Well, I tell you what a night he's having. Oh my gosh.
Far from pleasant.
Yeah, I think this is ultimately going to be a drop round for him when it's all said and done.
Well, he's already missed a round this season as John Hodgson. This may well end up being the other round where he drops at the end of the season. Michael Choate's been passed by Luke Tunison for position. So Luke Tunison, John
this
Hodgson
right here is with Colleen holding. I hate to say holding up. That's not the right word, but with Maxwell and Harmon behind him, and Buson right there too. What a group behind you.
Maxwell's exit on the exit turn 5 was so poor, it was good enough for Eric Harmon to go by before he even got to turn 6. So Harmon heading on by Maxwell. Colleen goes wide at turn 7, and that won't do him any favours. All the way down this back straight, he's going to get absolutely engulfed by the likes of Harmon, Maxwell, and Buson here, Jim.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's almost maybe better not to fight it too much.
Well, through goes Harmon. Does Maxwell go through at the same time? He needs to basically
yeah.
do what he did maybe either in races 2 or 1.
Or maybe not.
He's still not ahead of him, and
No.
that was important for Harmon.
Big.
Now he's got a bit of a buffer.
Yeah, nice buffer. Well, Busan's getting itchy back there, too. You can see him twitching around.
You can see the field heading up the hill towards the S's again. Clean is holding up the field, but the leading AM driver in this race is David Rolliston in second place overall. Steve Webb keeping his nose out of trouble so far, having a really, really good race here.
And it needs to be said that Steve got an excellent start there. You know, last year we had a little fun with Steve and his starts from a dead start, but he's really gotten better at that. As
well, he's got
makes
past
a
Rolliston.
Move. Yeah, look at Steve.
That's because Rolliston made an error, Jim, on the exit of turn 5. He ran through the gravel, and that was all Webb needed to go in front.
All right. Look at Steve Webb up there in second place. We got to love it for the Orange Army Racing team. Marshals everywhere. So we got the Orange Army in first and, well, back into third now as
Harmon through. That's Harmon through into second, past Webb.
Oh, no, Rolliston's around.
Rolliston and Colleen. Rolliston and Colleen have come together, and there's caused plenty of problems behind. The towings are absolutely going all haywire through all that. I've struggled to keep up as to what's changed, but we do know for certain is that Eric Colleen and I think Jack Vesey's got involved as well, Jim.
I believe he did. Yeah, he did. They're all towing to the pits, too. All right, let's see. Let's get a look at this real quick here as McCutchinson's right behind LeMay here.
In front of, he's in 6th place now.
Yeah, he's moving up. All right, so let's see what happened there. There was a lot of things that happened there.
LeMay being kind and letting Hudson go here.
So,
feels that.
All right, let's see here real quick. So this is.
Oh, he got tapped round.
Yeah.
Constantina. Taras Vosberg got involved.
Well, there were several guys involved. Busan.
Mena de Graaf.
Yeah.
Mena de Graaf as well.
All right, so it all started with. No, I don't think he did. I think Rolliston spun on his own.
Yeah, he spun on his own to begin with, but Colleen had nowhere to go.
Right. And then Vosberg and LeMay were involved. Oh my gosh, there's just so much there. And then it got worse as, let's see. So here's Busan after he got involved. He got tapped from he got tapped from behind.
And Vesey went off into the barrier.
Oh my gosh.
You just see Vesey go off into the barrier as well in the midst of that. And Paul LeMay has been involved in a separate incident of his own. And he's back on the circuit now, but he's down in 14th.
Yeah, he just he was in the pits, LeMay was. Man.
So let's run down on the order then. After all of that.
Matt
Richardson leads by over 2 seconds. It's Eric Harmon in second place, Luke Maxwell third. Steve Webb is the highest in the AMs now in 4th position. It's John Hutchison, Luke Tunison, Darren Nunn in 7th place. That's the highest by far we've seen from him in any Radical SR8 race. Mike Buson in 8th after being involved in that. That's Michael Choate on course for an AM podium, which will be the first time he's achieved that all season.
Yes. And then you got Vosberg back here behind Stefan Mellis.
Yeah.
Vosberg was involved in some of that earlier mess.
Behind Vosberg is Gert-Jan Polman, who has also had an even to forget, but at least he'll pick up some useful points through the dramas of others. What a bad mistake that is as well. That's a bad error for Jack Vesey as well, Jim.
Yes.
Considering his champion hopes.
Yeah, that was tough, especially with the opportunity to put some points between him and McCutcheon this evening, or to gain some points, I should say. That's horrible for him, and he's now Well, it shows he was in the pits, but I guess he's not. Oh, that's LeMay that's in the pits.
That's LeMay. Yeah, it's LeMay who's back in the pit lane.
Oh.
Eric Colleen has rejoined the race, but he's a long way down. There goes Mike Bousson past Darren Nunn for 7th place, making up for lost time. Is Mike Bousson getting the hammer down?
I tell you what, he got involved in that. He got hit in the back, and then he got kind of clipped across the front. To be honest, he seems to be. While we're doing it, let me check the steering wheel real quick. He seems to be doing fine considering multiple impacts during that wreck. Yeah, he seems to be okay. It's amazing. Sometimes you get lucky and you don't pick up damage in that spot. Look at this back here.
There's Mellis and Pullman.
Oh, Vosberg is.
Vosberg has stopped. Vosberg has stopped to the S's. It's game over. And I think Michael Choke's gone off the circuit as well. And what's a shame for him, because he was running in the final podium position in the AMS.
Oh, this is it right here. Watch this.
It's contacts.
Yeah.
And contacts again with Pullman, and that was it.
What happened? He just kind of ran over Choate there.
He just ran into him.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm a little surprised Choate was able to carry on, to be honest with you. He has got damage as Choate, so he'll need to be heading back to the pit lane.
Gosh, what a eventful one this turned out to be, huh?
And we've still got 10 minutes to go in this final race.
You know, I never, right, we're not even halfway through. We just got to the halfway point. I usually don't ever root for anyone, but I have to say I would get great pleasure in seeing Steve Webb win his first amateur race. That would be fun. He's such a good guy.
Tough.
Oh yeah,
it'll be absolutely tough. And a welcome Christmas present as well.
Yeah, I mean, and he's put the time in. I mean, we saw when he showed up originally. He was struggling with these cars, and it took him. He's been here a couple of seasons now, working on trying to get better at him. For him to pull out a win here would be fantastic.
At least the fact that Choate and Palmer in the pit lanes allow Veazey to go up 2 spots.
We got everybody. I mean, we got half the field that's been in the pits. I don't even know.
Darren Nunn is still on course for 2nd place in the AMS as it stands, which will also be a nice Christmas present for him.
Yeah, amazing. And he's got a pretty comfortable lead. He's got a 7-second lead. He just got to not, for lack of a better term, he's got to not screw it up. Just got to make some good solid laps out there.
The closest battle we've got now is between Harmon and Maxwell for 2nd place, 4 tenths, separating those two. There they are, coming up to Matthew Richardson, who had a 2-second lead. That gap is beginning to really evaporate now. It has been one of those races. It's been a race of attrition. It's still not done yet. Harmon and Maxwell, 2nd and 3rd. Right on board with Harmon. Now we're on board with Maxwell out of turn 7. Oh, and Richardson, I have to say, had a really poor part of the course here. And there's a chance Harmon's going to go into the lead now, Jim.
Yeah, we've got a good through.
It was so bad. He's basically, he's vulnerable at this point.
Yeah, he's going to get past for sure, I think, right here. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He survives for now.
He did survive, yeah. I think Harmon might have pulled out a wee bit early there, Like, if he'd have stuck in there a little bit longer, I think he'd have got him going into 10A.
And he carries on for now.
All the mess we've had, and then we got these 3 cars within a second up here in the front, battling it out.
There are the top 3. And further back is John Hutchison, who is now ahead of Steve Webb for 4th place on the road. And Steve Webb has got another couple of cars before his fellow Orange Army racing partner, Darren Nunn, fighting for the AM honours.
3 Orange Army cars in the top 10.
It's brilliant to see.
It is.
But now Richardson is going to have to go defensive here. He has to outbrake him. He has to outbrake it at 10A, otherwise Harman is going to be into the lead, Jim. And I don't think Richardson's going to have anything to respond here because he's so far back to even respond. Oh, he's got to be careful with Maxwell here. He's got to leave him room. He does so just about, does Matthew Richardson. But now Harman into the lead in this last race. On course for another win to add to his tally this season.
Ooh, Richardson's holding on for dear life now.
Well, the lead is lost for Matthew Richardson, but now he's got to do his utmost to come home with a second place finish. Mike Bousson has a slowdown to his name, so he's backed out of it. And he's lost the position to Darren Nunn. What's happened to Mike Bousson? Because I'm sure he has been off the circuit, or he's had a spin.
He did. Yeah, we'll jump over there just a second.
Richardson.
I wanted to wait and see what was going to happen here.
Under fire now here is Richardson because he's got Maxwell, who I think he's going to sail on by him at 10.8. Does Richardson? Yeah, it's the same as before. He just doesn't have the straight line speed, does Richardson.
Well, and the draft is so strong in these cars anyway, and that is an extremely high draft area of this track, obviously.
Well, that's that done now. And Richardson's got 2 seconds in hand over John Hudson to hold on to the final podium position. And Steve Webb and Luke Tunison are just as close in 5th and 6th.
With we got a little less than 5 minutes to go here. The question is, can Luke Maxwell get to Harman and try to make something happen here? All right, let's go back and see what happened to Bousson. Coming through one. Oh, just
did exactly the same thing as what John Hudson did earlier on tonight.
Yeah, I don't think that was it. See, this is where the problem came in, though. You know, he got back to the track, he gassed it up, and it ended up spinning on him, which really hurt him.
At least he survives that, but he has lost the position to Darren Nunn, which I think he's going to struggle to get by him now, I think, with the amount of time we've got left. But Maxwell closing on Hartman for the lead, and I think we've got like 3 laps to go as they head over the line. It will be 3 more laps for these. So the race is on for victory at Road Atlanta. Important for these two in the championship battle.
Yeah, this is, he's catching him. There's going to be a battle for the lead here for sure.
Harman just saw a little slide there slightly through the S's there, but he was able to counter that. And now Maxwell will just want to just put some pressure on him in the remaining laps of this. You just never know with the way this race has gone out. There are actually some back markers, or at least one which they'll be coming to before this race is over. Hopefully that won't get in the way. That's Michael Choate further on ahead, who will want to be staying out of the battle that is brewing. There we see Steve Webb and Luke Tunison for 5th place overall. Would Steve Webb love to finish in the top 5, but I think it's looking unlikely because Tunison looks to have the draft and he's going to sail on by here for 5th place.
Yeah, and either way, again, Webb is at this point, just don't fight it too much. Don't bring Darren Nunn back into this picture you got a 7-second lead. Just, pick and choose your battles. Get that first win.
Over the line to begin their penultimate lap, which the leaders have already started. Harman still ahead of Maxwell. Here we go then for the final couple of laps then at Road Atlanta in the Radical SR8 Championship. John Hudson came into this round with a buffer over his rivals, but I imagine that buffer is going to deteriorate after this race, with Harman on his way to another win this season. It was Jack Veazey in race 1. The second race was won by Mike Bousson. And it looks like Eric Harmon's going to equal John Hutchison's winning tally for this season of 4.
I don't know if I'd hand that away just yet.
Well, Luke Maxwell is also on 3 wins, so there's a chance for him to get his 4th win, which would also equal John Hutchison. Final lap then, Jim, as the white flag is waved.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, what a great night of racing we've had. This one has been kind of a bit of a cluster, to say the least, but it's we still produced some great racing action up here at the front. And like you said, here's Michael Choate, the back marker. This could play a huge role in the lead of this race right here.
He's got to get out of the way. He's got to get out of the way on this straight, does Michael Choate, and he does so. Oh, no, he doesn't. He hasn't got out of the way yet.
Well,
Michael
he's
Choate
trying.
Now. Yeah, they're through on him now. So that is Harmon and Maxwell through. Michael Choate will just need to get his car home. And you never know what could happen involving Maxwell and Harmon. Richardson's just waiting in the wings in case something happens involving these two. Does Maxwell have anything left to send it?
I guess we shall see right here.
Here goes Maxwell then through on Harmon as they come towards turn 10A for the last time. On the inside goes Luke Maxwell on Eric Harmon, and he's through at the last attempt.
Oh, he's wide.
Unless Harmon has anything to fight back, it's going to be a drag race to the line between Eric Harmon and Luke Maxwell. It's Eric Harmon who takes it at Road Atlanta. What a drive. What a battle to the end. Eric Harmon takes his 4th win of the season. And what a brilliant, brilliant dice it was. With Luke Maxwell in 2nd place and Matthew Richardson settling for 3rd. Had a John Hutchison and Luke Tunison. Steve Webb wins in the AMS. What a drive by a comfortable margin over Darren Nunn, who was 9 seconds back. And it's Mike Bousson, Stefan Millis, and Menno de Graaf out the top 10. Jack Vesey makes it to the end in 11th. We've got Gert-Jan Polman and the likes of Michael Choate and Eric Collina lap down.
Wow. All right. Man alive. That was good stuff right there. Let's see while we wait on the last guy to finish. Let's go back and get a look at that whole little episode right there.
This was the moment that decided the race. Luke Maxwell going through on Eric Harmon to take what was a magnificent win until Eric Harmon fought back and bet him to the line.
Look at that. Man. Wow. Man, you got to love the Radical. You got to love the Radical series, man. These SR8s here, this is just good stuff. All right. We still don't have our final results up yet. There we go.
At the end of another thrilling race, Eric Harmon wins for the 4th time this campaign. Luke Maxwell 2nd, and it's Matthew Richardson and John Hutchison in 3rd and 4th. Luke Tunison a further 5 seconds back, and I've got Steve Webb, who we'll be speaking to in a moment, in 6th place and the winner in the AMS. Darren Nunn 7th, 2nd in the AMS. Great effort again from him. It's Mike Bousson, 8th. Stefan Millis completing the AM podium in 9th, with Menno de Graaf, the championship leader in the AMS, rounding out the top 10. Jack Vesey, Gert-Jan Polman, Michael Choate and Eric Collina with the rest of those to finish, unlike Taras Vospo, Paul May, Deborah Rawson, Mike Mann, and Federiki Riesdijk, who didn't even start any of the races. Let's go into the booth and get a word with some of our drivers. We'll begin with the AM winner in that last race, Steve Webb. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How was everybody?
Not as good as you.
Oh, mate. Do you know what it is, though, Jim? It's the criminal chicken helmet I've got on now.
Is that what it is?
It's a criminal chicken.
That's what did it for you. Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah, that's what did it.
You know, just so you know, I still have that video right here on my screen. There it is. Look, there's the chicken right there. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get the race win in AMS. That's why.
That's what it was. That's what I'll give you that one, Jim.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably the punt of the season.
I know. That's all right. That's all right. You know.
But
look, man, congratulations. You know, I was cheering for you. I don't normally pull for anyone, but I have to say I was pulling for you there.
Well, after the first one, I can't remember which corner it is. So you come up the main straight, you got the hill, and then you've got the right-left.
Yep,
Somebody spun right in front. I come up there blind, couldn't see, and hit the brakes, but obviously just went straight on. So that wasn't a particularly good start to the evening. race 2 slightly better, but this one, absolutely loved it.
I guess you
Absolutely loved
did.
it.
Congratulations on your first win, man. Yeah, that's and we've talked about your journey. You know, I talked about it during the broadcast. You know, from when you showed up and never weren't used to doing standing starts and getting used to this car and your struggles, and you've stuck with it, and it's been 2 seasons now, and here we are approaching the end of this season, and you finally got it all to come together for you, and that's fantastic, man.
Yeah, but I've been practicing round Sebring. Oh my good grief.
Yeah, well, these cars in Sebring is a tough combination.
It is. I
Yeah.
mean, the suspension travel on them, just, you don't want to know.
No,
And I'm being thrown right, left, and centre for no apparent reason. Just do what I normally do, and next thing the car's gone to the left or it's gone to the right, and I can't seem to get I don't know the flowing lines of it. Do you know what I mean?
well,
Because
Sebring,
of all the bumps.
the problem is that there's no, these cars in
Mm.
Sebring are just tough no matter what. What you need to do, though, for a guy with a little age on him like I am, I went and got me one of those haptic seat cushions. And yeah, and so when I go to Sebring now, I just turn it on, and it's like getting an hour massage. It's wonderful.
Well, I have got one of those old people's cushions where it's
So-
got like a cutout in the middle.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got one of those I sit on too. But
You've got one of them as
oh
well.
yeah, but
So,
the haptic thing, it even you could feel it through that cushion too. So I just crank it up when I go to a track with a lot of bumps, and it's like getting a 45-minute massage. It's wonderful. But look, Steve,
yeah,
go ahead
quickly
and
going back-
go ahead and
it-
thank your.
go-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, going back to everything. Brilliant racing. The guys are amazing. Absolutely love this league. Love you guys. And can I just put a special call out to Darren?
Yes.
And because I mean he did well tonight, and also Matthew.
Yeah.
So Orange Army, well done, guys. Really, really proud of you all.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you say you're getting a bonus.
That's right. Three of the Orange Army guys in the top 10 or top 7. So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad
All
at
right,
all.
buddy.
Well, thank you very much. Cheers, Tom. And if I don't speak to you before, please have a good Christmas.
Yeah, you too.
And we'll see you when we come back.
Yep, we'll see you when we get
Absolutely
back.
so. And the same from me as well. Steve, you may have noticed that I've been a little bit under the weather in the last week, so maybe my voice was a little bit different tonight compared to 7 days ago. But either way, thank you so much for what you've done this year on the marshalling side of things, and my wishes for a good Christmas to you and your family and all your friends. So, but yeah, thank you for taking the time to race this evening, and of course, all the other rounds you've done.
Thank you very much, and a happy Christmas to all the other guys in the league as well.
So let's pull. We got a bunch of them. I'll let you do
If
most. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll bring Darren Nunn in now and get
Yeah.
a word with him. I think it's the first time we spoke to Darren
Yes,
since
it
he's
is.
joined. Darren, good evening. Second place in the AMS in that last race. How was it for you?
Good evening, gents. Yeah, I was. I think I was quite lucky. A few people had incidents, and I just benefited from it. Really.
Yeah, but how
Just
many
repeat
times
about
have
the
you
first
had
two.
incidents that other people benefited from? So that's how it works.
Yeah, I had that in the first 2 races tonight.
Hey man, congratulations on the second
Thank
place
you.
finish, though. Seriously, we've seen you here putting in the work, and fantastic. So proud of all you Orange Army guys tonight. I was Matthew almost got the win there. He led it up to the last lap or so.
Yes. Yeah, he'll explain himself, but I think he made a slight error,
Yeah, that
which
happens.
unfortunately let the others
We've
through,
all done
but
that.
Yeah.
But hey,
He's had a-
congratulations to you, though, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Good one for you. You got any sponsors you
Yes.
want to thank, since we've never had you in here before?
Basically, it's just the people who sponsor us, Auto Mechanics, and obviously the BMMC Marshall Club. So at the moment, we might have a few more sponsors next year, but we'll wait to see what comes of that in the new year. So we'll see what happens there.
This season, then, Darren, obviously it's been a very challenging one considering the many different types of races you've perhaps been involved in. But how have you found the Radical SR8 Championship? Because we've spoken to Steve, your good friend from the Orange Army racing squad. How have you found the championship from your side?
I haven't found it too bad. I mean, it's like a real great bunch of guys racing in here. Obviously, this season, and the few races I've done last season was the actual first time I've ever driven the SR8. Never driven it before, and so it's a bit of a learning curve for myself, sort of like getting the braking and things like that, as it doesn't have ABS, because I'm used to that with the GT3s. But yes, it's so far it's been quite good. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make next season because I'm going to probably be doing a bit of a refresh on the rig, so it'll be coming apart in the new year.
Fair enough. And I think, with the rig itself, I think, it's good to be worked on, and of course, it could help you progress, within the iRacing side of things. In terms of the marshalling for next season, have you sorted out what you'll be doing for 2026, or don't you know yet?
The forms haven't come out yet for availability next year, so I'm not certain what I'm going to be doing. I will probably do touring cars next year and the trucks, and then I'll see what else is around. I'm hoping to get back out and do the US Grand Prix next year in Austin.
Excellent.
Well,
So,
I'm going to be
do
there.
that.
So if you're there, I'm going to be there myself. So
Yeah, we'll be around with Steve, because I think Steve's planning to come back out next year.
yeah,
and do
yeah.
it
So
again next
I'll
year, so.
get a chance to shake your hand in person then.
Yeah, we'll certainly try and arrange a meet up at some point over the weekend.
Yeah, maybe we could all go out and have dinner or something one evening or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm normally there with quite a few Marshall friends, but yeah, we can arrange something.
Yeah, or just hang out, go have a beer or something.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
I've got to see who's coming next year, and who I'll be going with. But yes.
Darren, it's been brilliant speaking to you. Hope you have a
Yes.
really, really good Christmas. Well done on tonight. And
Thank you.
We'll see you for the next round at Sebring in a week's time.
Yes, bumpy Sebring. It's bumpy in the GT3, so I can't think what it's going to be like in this.
Rough.
I'll find out next Monday.
Yep, we'll see you next Monday, buddy.
Yep, see you next Monday, guys.
Thank you very much, Darren, and the best of luck. We'll get a word now with the man that finished third in that last race, Matthew Richardson.
It's an Orange Army party here, apparently.
Yeah, so that's the triple or the triplet of the Orange Army racing team in the booth, following another cracker of a triplet of races we've had tonight. But in terms of the racing for you, Matthew, how was it?
I think overall it was pretty good. Apart from the second race, I mean, a few incidents there which wasn't great, but that probably, the position I ended up in probably set me up pretty well for the third race. So, but overall I think it went pretty well with the racing, and it's the long straight and the slipstream that made it difficult, but yeah.
And in terms of the run of form you've had, and we were speaking though, you being in the championship fight, with only been 2 rounds left, I think you are still just about in there, but I think you're going to need to rely on others to fall by the wayside, really. But having said that, if there's one event where we could end up seeing an absolute curveball that could decide the championship, I would probably say Monza is going to be the location for it.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be around next week, so that's going to take me completely out of the championship fight. But hopefully next season, I'll be more in a better position.
But the drop rounds do come in as well, Matthew. I don't know how many rounds you've... Yeah, so it's not all 10 rounds.
I got told that the last 2 couldn't be drop weeks, but...
Oh, well, that's possible. That may be the case now.
So, that was my impression.
That may be the case. Although that should be an amended rule since it's Christmas holidays, but that's another issue.
Yeah.
But either way, you've had a heck of a showing here. You've really grown in this league tremendously, and you've gotten to where given the right track, you certainly are right up there and competitive with all those top guys. I think you have some unfamiliarity with some tracks that just because you don't have the years of experience that some of these guys have. But you've I'm looking forward to seeing you next season. I think you're going to be super fast, and as you get to know these tracks and everything, you need to pay John McCutcheon off to make sure he put some of the tracks that you like on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
Might have to do that.
congratulations on your growth, man. It's great to see you up here battling with these guys every week. And
Yeah.
you were really close right there, but unfortunately, that
Yeah.
long straightaway will get you here every time.
Just also, I need to work on my consistency throughout the races. Like, it was like during the third race, like literally just out of nowhere, it felt like it's just snapped and slid, which lost me all of my advantage on Eric. So yeah, but overall, I just need to work on the consistency throughout the races and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's how it goes, though, isn't it? You know, first you got to find the speed, and then once you find the speed, then you got to find the consistency to repeat those laps regularly. You know, so that's all part of the process, man. But you're right there, so it's gonna be good next season for you.
Yeah.
Borrow you an Xbox controller or something, and try to log on from somewhere next week. That'd be funny. I was gonna say I got a little handheld. You could try doing on that. No, congratulations, though, buddy. Good to see you here.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and do any shout outs you want while we got you in here.
I'll shout out Steve and Darren. I mean, they did a brilliant job in the third race, getting what I think 1-2 in the AMs.
Yep.
So yeah, it was good result for Orange Army Racing overall. So yeah.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Matthew, from all of us, have a very, very good Christmas, yourself, family and friends. And if you're not around for next week at Sebring, we'll see you for the Monster finale in 2026.
Yeah. All right then. Thanks, guys. Have a good Christmas.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much. That was Matthew Richardson finishing in third place in that last race. We'll get a word with, what do you reckon?
Well, pull Jack in because we left him last week hanging in there for like an hour while I was running my mouth. So, yeah, go ahead and pull Jack in.
And here he is, Jack Vesey, winner in race number 1. But it feels like the rest of the evening didn't exactly go the way you had hoped.
Yeah, I think in the third race, I went from 7th to dead last because my secondary clutch wasn't engaged. So when the lights went green, I was just sat there on the line.
Oh.
And then I just made a hash of it. But yeah, race 1 was, I qualified pole, won the race, and then got third in the next race. So that balances things out a little bit. And then as I was coming through the grid in the final race, there was an absolutely massive crash.
Yeah, I just showed it actually. I didn't mean to, but I clicked on it and where you hit the tire barrier there at the bridge.
I don't know if you could pull up the screenshot I put in the SR8 general chat, but I put my point of view, and it was just a wall of cars. And I managed to get around the cars, but then I ended up in the tire barrier.
I tell you what, I don't know that I can pull that up, but I think I can probably generate something like that myself while y'all chat.
Yeah, it's on at 9:51. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I can see the screenshot now, Jack. And honestly, it was just one of those. He was really, really unlucky. I mean, I would have gone around the same way as well. I honestly would have.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. They just kept fanning out in front of you. You just kept having to go right.
Yeah, and sadly, I was on the grass and just carrying too much speed to avoid that wall. So that was race over. But race 1 and 2.
Go back and show that one more time for everybody. Look at this. They just all of them spin right in unison right in front of you. Boom.
So I can only go right past Mike, and then I'm turning left already. But when you're on the grass, it's just...
there's nothing you can do there.
I nearly pulled it off. But
wow. That was entertaining. Just from that point of view, I have to say. Good call on that.
The crash was huge. There must have been like 6-7 cars involved.
That was a mess for sure.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this today anyway. It's a really good combo.
The only thing I can say about that is it's quite a shame after your first 2 race results that this happened in the third race to you because had you been able to stay up there and get you another top 3 or 4 or something like that, you really could have closed the gap on John some. Which would have been nice, and I still think you will close the gap, but just obviously not quite as much because if you'd have scored a few more points in his third race. But
Yeah, I think at this point I was in 10th, but I was only about 3 seconds behind the leader, and there was loads of time to go. So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about that.
Other than that, how Christmassy are you feeling?
Oh, I can't wait for Christmas. Just time off work in general. So yeah, feeling Christmassy.
And I've got another round to come in Sebring. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I've never raced around that track in this car yet, so I'll need to practice. But I fancy my chances around that track. I'm generally quite good around Sebring, and it's got a few more overtaking spots than this track as well. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Cool. Any shout-outs you want to give out there, chat, before I let you go?
Yeah, just shout out to friends and family that are watching, and shout out to you guys. And hopefully your voice comes back soon.
It will do soon enough. You probably picked up on that during the course of tonight. It did sound different, but I managed to hang in there, thankfully.
Yeah, that's good.
Commentating with Kermit the Frog over here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right, Jack. Merry Christmas, buddy.
All right. Yeah. Have a good Christmas, guys.
Thank you very much, Jack, and see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
We'll finally get a word with Luke Maxwell, who didn't come away with a victory, but 2 second places and a 5th will do for his evening.
Indeed.
Hey guys. All right.
Yep, just about got you in the air there in the end there, Luke. But overall, it has to be said, despite the setbacks you may have had during the course of the evening, you come away with some good points.
Yeah, it was all right at the end. I've cracking fun racing there tonight. I'm sure everyone said the same thing. It's a strong tow around this place, gets a bit of a draft train going, but it's a cracking place for a battle, and it was quite good fun at times there. A few little mishaps and things like that, but all good close racing. So I was a bit gutted at the end. I thought I'd have Eric, and then I just went too wide onto the grass and lost all the momentum. So. Yeah, it was good fun though to get up there. I was quite pleased with the points overall tonight, and on to next week really. So great fun.
We've just seen the glimpses of the last lap battle between yourself and Eric Hammond. I thought you had him.
I did as well.
Yeah, but no, he came back. No, honestly, Luke, it was brilliant to watch all the way through, and see you two go over the line like that to round off the evening. I think that just sums up the Radical SR8 Championship in general. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's an awesome championship, and it's something that hopefully keeps going for a very long time. It's great fun. The league has become more competitive. There's more great drivers in here, and every race is a challenge, and the pace is a challenge to do. So I think I love it, and I think it's great to have more and more people in the league who can. You can mix it up there as well, and we've had so many different winners this season, so that's a testament to how competitive it is.
We've got 2 rounds left, and you are firmly in the title fight between yourself and John Hutchison and a few others. What's the mindset going into Sebring at the penultimate round?
Probably be, why was my hangover so bad after the Christmas break? But no, I'm sure we'll be all right. Yeah, I'll get some practice in, a bit of time in between Christmas and New Year. So I'm sure I'll get some laps in and see how we go. I don't mind Sebring, but it's not like a track I think I love it. It's not one of those. But we'll get a bash, and with the race formats and the reverse grids, you never know, you can come out with some decent points anyway. So we'll give it a whirl, and then we're into the lottery that is Monza at the end.
I love that.
Anyone want to shout to Luke? Go on there, Jim.
No, I was just saying I love that last race of the season. It's so just a wild card, but it's just fun. It's just a great closing round for sure.
Yeah, it is, and especially if there's 2 or 3 people that can, or even 3 or 4 people who can make the championship by then, that'll be a corking race for sure. It'll be lots of battles, and some people are going to have bad luck, and there's going to be wrecks and so on. But we'll see how we go. I'm not take each race as it comes and just enjoy them all.
There you go.
Anyone want to shout out to Luke before we let you go?
Give a shout to you guys. Well done for the commentary, and going to go and watch the broadcast back now. And hope you guys have a great Christmas.
So
I've just been informed.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry,
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
I've been informed of the latest championship scores, of which John has just sent to me now. So the situation is John Hodgson in the lead on 295, Eric Harmon second on 289, then it's you, Luke, on 275, Jack Feasy in fourth on 273, and Matthew Richardson in fifth on 257. So it's hotting up.
Yeah. It is hotting up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously with the 2 drop rounds as well. If all to play for, you never know. So we just keep going week by week. If we could get some more cones out on track in front of John to help slow him down like he was in the first race there, that'd be helpful.
Okay. Well, Luke, from all of us, have a very, very good Christmas, you, family, friends, and we'll see you next week at Sebring.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. All the best. Bye.
Have a happy holidays.
Cheers.
That was Luke Maxwell.
Oh.
Who we spoke
see
to there.
John.
Now we'll get a word
Yeah, let's pull John
with
in.
John Hodgson, the man who has been helping out with getting the Radical SR8 Championship to where it is today. John, good evening. I know maybe it wasn't like the best of evenings in terms of the results, but you are still the championship leader heading into Christmas.
Just, it's really getting tight now, but that's the way we want it.
So my question is, what happened in that qualifying session?
Jim, I hadn't turned. I spoke to Luke. I turned about 4 laps this week, and all that was doing was just getting the fuel adjusted because I didn't have the proper setups. So I did about 4 laps to get the fuel, and that's all I've done this week. So that's the reason.
Well, I tell you what, I was shocked, and certainly as the evening went on. But, it's just not, we don't usually see you qualifying, second to last or last in the pros, that just doesn't happen. So I was wondering if you were sick or something like that. But, that just goes to show you that no matter how good you are, and everybody, it's no secret that how good of a racer you are, that you don't just come in these things with no practice and beat these guys. You gotta work at it, and that's a fine demonstration of that right there.
Yeah, definitely, especially around here, because around here it's all about rhythm. Once you get into a rhythm around here, you just get faster and faster, and the only way you get that is by turning in laps. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to
it.
Go ahead, Tom.
It was another good evening, a good set of numbers this evening. There was a driver which didn't start any of the races, interestingly. I don't know what that was all about, to be honest with you. But heading into Sebring, what are your... I'd probably say hope rather than expectation, but what do you think in terms of the remaining rounds in terms of numbers for the season?
Well, but many was it again? 19 tonight again? On the
18 that actually started, yeah.
That's good. The numbers are still good. You know, and, so
considering it's Christmas week, yes, indeed.
Well, I don't think it'll change for the last 2 races, especially the last one. Everyone, the guys that haven't driven at Monza yet are in for a good treat. You have commentated on it a few times now, and it's just crazy. It's just
it's fun.
Great fun and a great laugh. Yep, that's what it's all about.
My voice should be back in gear by then. That's my
Let's hope so.
That was quite an eventful 3 races for me anyway. The first race, I thought there was something wrong with my throttle because everyone was passing me the first 2 or 3 laps. Turns out it was a cone stuck in the front and the bonnet. That's why I was going so slow.
That's pretty much British touring car vibes, which was what I was mentioning to Jim earlier. But anyway, anyone want to shout out to John before we let you go?
Everyone in the league again as usual. Without these guys participating every week, there wouldn't be a league basically. I've got a lot of announcement to make, so I'll tighten that just now. Something to look forward to over Christmas for the boys.
Excellent. John, thank you so much for what you've done, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas to you, family, friends and all, and we'll see you next week at Sebring.
Brilliant. Have a good Christmas, boys.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Likewise.
Yeah.
John Hodgson we spoke to that. Cool as ever. And Jim, that just sums up the Radical SR8 Championship for you as we are approaching Christmas Day. And I wonder how festive the drivers are feeling for when they are competing in Sebring on the 29th.
Yeah, I think, this is arguably the best championship run that we've seen in a while. Five guys legitimately still in the hunt, although 4 that are absolutely in it, and the AM race is pretty strong as well. So, yeah, this league has gotten better and better. This has been an amazing season, and we have seen nothing but great racing. And tonight was certainly no disappointment with that. We had some fantastic runs tonight.
I'm just wondering the comments that I've perhaps maybe missed. Paul Crab came in saying, "Evening, gents, just logged in. Looks like there's been drama." Well, you're not wrong there, Paul. But I hope to see you back for Sebring next week. And, if you enjoyed the action, thank you so much for tuning in. Jim, thank you for your company as always. Despite the fact that my voice has not been normal compared to what it had been in previous weeks, but I will promise you we'll be back to normal, hopefully by this time for when we do race in Sebring. If you enjoyed the action, do make sure you like and subscribe so you will not miss a thing in terms of what is being streamed on the JP Broadcasting YouTube channel. It's time for us to sign off, and all we can say is it's been a brilliant year, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas. But of course, there'll be one final round before we hit 2026 on the 29th at Sebring. The championship is hotting up between John Hutchison, Eric Harmon, Luke Maxwell, Jack Veazey, and Matthew Richardson. He will take the title in that, and he'll be crowned in the AMS in a couple of weeks' time at Monza. Well, you know where to tune in. I am Tom Cairns with Jim Cunningham, and we'll speak to you again soon when the Radical SR8 Championship returns after Christmas Day.